Okay, I have to make this video. I have to talk about this. I watched the video from Mant today, and he said that Mortal Kombat Mobile right now is in probably the best state it's ever been. And I'm like, when I was watching the video, I was like, are we even playing the same game? So I want to make a response. Well, it's not a response. Like, it's more of my take on the current state of the game, what I think is in the future for MK Mobile, like what things are good, what things are bad, what can be improved. And I was really surprised. Man seemed very optimistic. He said after the last update, he actually feels excited to play MK Mobile. He says it's one of the best updates ever. And I probably have almost the opposite effect. Like, since the last update, I feel less excited to play the game. It's not just about the update. There were a few good things, but it's like with MK Mobile, it's like they're taking a step forward and then 2 steps back every single time. So let's talk about the current state of the game. What is good? What is bad? I'm gonna start with good, because I feel like it's gonna be a very short list, and then we can move on to the bad stuff. So I will admit, last update introduced, last 2 updates introduced 2 decent features. One is that old pay-to-win cards are, like gold ones, are gonna most likely be available for challenges from now on. They're gonna be probably running challenges on stuff like lizard cards, maybe eventually even the Jade, the Kitana that we just got. But also, another good thing is that the current update actually had the pay-to-win Johnny as one of the tower rewards, which means that maybe 2% of player base will be able to get him if they get past Battle 184. And if they will be able to be basically the veterans and hackers will be able to get him. That's the main reason. They introduced him as a tower reward without fixing all the hacks in the game that made it possible for a lot of people to obtain him with hacks. And that's one of another issues I'm going to talk later in this video. But first, the good things. I'm trying to say good things without turning them into bad things. So good things. We got a lot of new soul packs that kind of gives you a chance to get the new diamond cards after a couple of years. If they're gonna bring it back every couple of months, 20 packs. Yeah, it should take you a couple of years to potentially max out some of the new cards that you'll never use because they are absolute trash. But yeah, I'm doing this again. I'm so sorry. So yeah, good things. New card available for reward, for a tiny little chance for free-to-play players to get. New soul packs with new characters, gold card challenges. These were some decent changes in the last updates. There were a few good quality of life changes. Alright, good things done. Now let's talk about the problems. And I'm gonna start with the biggest problem that this game has, and it's the lack of support. The lack of support and the lack of attention or any kind of communication from the development team. And every single day, pretty much, I get comments on my channel. I see things on Reddit. People either getting banned for no reason, which, again, some people will be skeptical, saying, well, they're probably lying. They probably did something to cause the ban, but they don't want to admit it, and they're just saying they got banned for no reason. Well, I would believe that if I saw 1 or 2 or 3 comments like this, but I've seen hundreds of them, and some of the people who claim being banned, I've known personally, and I personally don't think they're lying. I definitely think it's not out of the realm of possibility that there is the algorithm that detects cheating in the game is not perfect, and sometimes it gets false positives. And the problem is that I've pretty much never seen a ban reversed in this game, unless it's been some kind of a big issue. Like, for example, there was a ban wave like once or twice that was completely mistaken, In that case, they did reverse it, but that was like that was done like that was a big issue that banned like a third of a player base at once due to some glitch. That doesn't count. A lot of people getting banned for no reason and without an ability to restore their account. But that is a smaller issue. The bigger issue is probably 10 times more people than that. They get their accounts reset for no reason because of the game's issues. It happened to me. And I luckily was able to restore it once, but I've seen, like, in the past it happened to me where I couldn't restore it. Thank God it was one of my beginner accounts. So basically what happens, the game crashes, you log back in, or it doesn't even have to crash. You just open it one day, and you still have your account, but all your characters are gone, all your equipment is gone, your account is reset to level 0, all your progress is gone, everything is reset to level 1, which literally makes no sense. You still have the same account. It's linked to the same WBID profile. You have the same name. It's just everything on this account got reset for no reason. Happens all the time. They don't have any backups. Their support never does anything. They used to give you 5 diamond cards of your choice if you could prove that you had those 5 diamonds on your previous account. 5 Fusion Zero diamonds, and they're not even doing that anymore. They give you like 1,000 souls if your account got reset. Imagine spending years having many diamond cards, some of them even maybe potentially maxed out, putting hundreds if not thousands of hours in your account, and then one day it just gets wiped because of their own issue, and you get 1,000 souls compensation. That is the biggest problem, and the game has been in a rut in terms of support for a very long time, so I cannot, just because of this one issue, I cannot say it's in the best place it's ever been. It's the game itself right now, it feels like nobody cares. They're just trying to milk the few players, the few whales that are left in this game for some reason, because they have they have infinite money. And they don't really care about how fair or expensive thing is. They just buy things when it come out. And again, I have nothing against those people. I think everybody should be able to use their money as much as they want. It's not... whales are not the problem. The problem is when the company cares more about getting as much profits as possible for as little effort as possible compared to trying to maintain a healthy game with involved community and trying to make as many people as possible happy. And you know what? I don't think it's the right strategy what they're doing. Yeah, they probably making more money if compared to if they actually cared and listened to people. But guess what? Now Onslaught is coming out, and I'm not excited about it at all. I don't even know if I'm gonna play it on this channel. I'm this close to quitting it. And there's nothing wrong with the game. The game actually feels pretty fun. The reason I'm considering quitting it is because it's the same developers. It's the same Warner Brothers, NetherRealm. Like, I just got burned so much by the company that I don't feel excited about any of their upcoming products. And that's how they lose more money in the long run, by saving some money now. Another example. There's so many bugs and glitches in the game. Some of them are game-breaking. They still haven't fixed the crashing issue on iOS. It happens all the time. Now it's even happens on Android sometimes. On iOS, there's also an issue when you start a battle and the loading screen never disappears, so you can't see what's going on. This issue has been here for 2 updates now. They didn't do anything for it. So my guess is that right before it's time for the next update, they assign a couple people from their development team to do a few quality of life changes, copy-paste another tower, just slightly change the gears. Don't need to test them. If they break the game, it's totally fine. If they don't work, we'll fix it later. Just make sure you guys spend as little time as possible. They literally get probably a week before the update to do the whole update. And like a few days ago, we had an issue with the Earthrealm Protector Pack. There was an issue in it because it was giving you 3 cards instead of 1. Instead of fixing it, what did they do? They took it off. They completely removed the pack, and we're not gonna see it until the next update because they will have to pay somebody for a couple hours of work to fix the pack, and then they will have to pay somebody to release the patch of the game. Oh my god, releasing a patch for the game-breaking bug in the game? That's nobody's doing this. Nobody has ever done this before. My god. Like, it's a joke. It's a joke that we never get a patch unless it's something that benefits the player. Like, if there was a glitch that would allow us to get, for example, free souls, they would patch it like this. But if it's something that breaks the game, it makes it, like, super infuriating, crashing the game and stuff like this, they just ignore it until the next update. And sometimes they don't even fix it in the next update. Like, the game feels uncared for. That's all I can say. Just look at the content in the updates. We're not getting anything new. We're just getting the same copy-paste towers. This, like, every last update was pretty much copy-paste. Even update 4.0, the feature that basically warranted the whole 4.0 update was a combat pass. I bought it first time, I played it, and I've never touched it again because that's the biggest money sink in the game. You're paying, like, even if you're doing the free one, is not worth it at all. The rewards in there are not worth the effort that you have to put in those ridiculous combat cup missions. Like, if they wanted the combat pass to succeed, they should have made the game, first of all, more fun to play, because doing battles in the battle mode is pretty much dead. And a lot of things in there require you to do in a battle mode, because that's the easiest place to guarantee yourself certain enemies. But that's not even the issue. Like, they keep introducing these features that are clearly the only purpose is to drain as much money as possible. And they do not provide any actual value to the player. And it's just disgusting. Like, I didn't even want to spend money on the action movie Johnny Cage pack. I just don't think I'm ever gonna spend money on this. The only thing I will spend money on is gonna be the tower gear, just so I can make the content for the tower and beat all the battles. Because without the tower gear, it's just gonna be rage-inducing. Like, the only way I can play this tower is with having tower gear. Otherwise, it's just ridiculous. On my beginner account, I'm stuck at battle 184. And I'm pretty much giving up. I know I could probably beat it, but I just don't feel like it. None of the rewards excite me. I will not get anything. Like, even if I beat the tower, yeah, I can get one of the new pay-to-win diamonds, but who cares? Who cares? You will never max them out as a free-to-play. You can argue that the fact that they brought Action Movie Johnny as a reward in a Fatal Tower is a good thing, but you can also argue that it's a very predatory move to give people a taste, to make it look like you can get him. And again, only probably 1% of player base will be able to pull Johnny Cage. I mean, like, I know the chance is 15%, but, like, how many people will not even be able to beat the tower because of some of the insane battles they put in there? So they give us this candy in the end, and even if you get Johnny, as a free-to-play, you'll be able to get him, like, if you're super lucky, you might be able to fuse him once. And after that, he will be gone, and the paid packs are gonna stay, and you're like, well, I already have him at Fusion 1, and he is completely worthless at Fusion 1. I might as well buy some packs to get him to a higher Fusion, right? Like, nobody is gonna play Fusion 1 or Fusion 0 Action Movie Johnny Cage. Nobody will play any of the new diamonds. Like, they're just not useful at low fusions. They haven't released a single diamond that is useful at low... Okay, there is a few. There is Classic Rain. I guess you could argue Classic Rain, Classic Movie Raiden could be useful at low fusions. But, like, a lot of them are just not useful unless you are willing to spend extra money to get a couple extra fusions in them, because otherwise you're gonna probably have better cards in your collection already. This leads me to another problem this game has, and this one is, in my opinion, not talked enough about. If you look at every single other game in a similar genre, mobile game where you collect cards, upgrade cards, and do stuff like this. It's every single game gives you an opportunity to pretty much max out a character as soon as you get them if you've been smart with your resources. For example, there is resources like upgrade materials. So instead of like in a lot of games, you don't get XP from playing the characters. You don't make them stronger by just playing them. You actually have like even if you take a look at the Onslaught, there is like tomes to improve their skills. There is like special currency to improve their level. You can have the gear that you can move from other characters. In this game, if you get the fusion, like if you drop a new character, even if you like I just said, if you get Action Movie Johnny Cage from the tower, you're stuck with Fusion Zero Diamond, which is pretty much worthless. Like no matter what else you do to the card, you give him the best gear, you max out his level. Fusions are ridiculous. Like it's the biggest part of the character's power, and in pretty much any other game, the fusions are actually the least impactful thing. Let's again, Onslaught as an example. Basically, fusions is like getting stars on a character. Going from 4 to 5 stars, 5 to 6 stars only increases the power of the character by like couple percentages. In MK Mobile, each fusion is super impactful. But it also creates a problem that when you max out a character, for example, gold cards, once they maxed out, it's complete waste to drop them. In many other games, if you drop a maxed out character, you get some resources back that you can use to improve other characters. None of that in MK Mobile. Doing pack openings, if you are veteran, like Man says the game is better for veterans now. Well, how is it better if you still 99% of the stuff you get from the packs is just gone? It's just waste. It cannot be used to make anybody stronger. Like in Onslaught, at least you open 100 packs, you get some souls, you get like you get materials that you can use to upgrade other cards. No, in MK Mobile, it's just poof, gone. In my opinion, this is such an outdated system, and instead of printing new towers and new tower gear, they should focus on revamping the way. Like they have to introduce more ways for us to fuse diamond cards. They should introduce more upgrade materials that we should be able to grind. For example, from the Combat Pass. I thought Combat Pass was a perfect opportunity to allow us to craft characters. Or like if you get if you sell a maxed gold or diamond, give us some currency back that potentially could be used to increase the fusions of the cards, because fusions are such a huge part of the character power. It should not be like, it should, like, imagine you've been playing the game for 7 years, you have everybody maxed out, and then they introduce a new character. You're pretty much starting from scratch. You will be reselling thousands of characters for nothing while trying to get fusions on that new character. In pretty much any other game, new character gets released. If you've been, even if you invested a lot of time of money in your other characters, you will still have some resources sitting on the side. You might use, like, once you drop your new character, you can pretty much almost nearly max them out immediately if you want to. You can choose which cards you invest resources in. In MK Mobile, you don't get a choice. You play with what you got, with what you've been lucky to drop, and that is a big problem. Another problem. Hacking in this game is an all-time highs. There are so many hacks and glitches that people exploit to get new tower gear, new characters, souls, and the fix for those things would be so easy. Like, I don't even, like, I'm not that good at Unreal Engine, but I'm sure if they give me 1 day of time and all their source code, I'll be able to make it impossible to hack this game. But you know why? You know why they don't do it? Because instead they choose to ban people. If they detect you hacking, which happens in probably 90% of the time, they will ban you. But that's not it. They don't just ban you immediately after you hacked. They give you a full sense of security. They Like, they ban you a week, a month, sometimes even couple months after they detect the hack, because they're hoping that maybe you'll spend some money in that period. And instead of just fixing the bugs and glitches in the game, they choose to just keep banning people instead. Because if you fix it, probably 20% of the game base will just leave. I'm sure 20% of people play this game only because they can exploit it. If they can't exploit it anymore, they're just gonna leave. By not patching it, they're just keeping more people playing the game, creating the illusion that the game is doing well. However, instead they just will ban those people eventually in hopes that they will come back with new accounts and will have to potentially maybe even spend some money to get the stuff they cannot hack. Like, it's all part of the plan to dry the player base of every single penny. And I'm gonna argue that a lot of companies are profit oriented, but there's a difference. Like, you can still make profits while making community your focus. And I just don't feel like MK Mobile is doing it. I still play this game because I know there's a lot of people on this channel who still play the game and who enjoy it, and they would like to watch my content. And I still have hope for the future of this game. It's at this point, it's at the lowest point it's ever been. For Nant, it's at the highest point for some reason. For me, it's at the lowest point, but it's still there. And I'm still gonna continue play this game until there's people who are willing to watch it. It does have some good moments. I think it has huge potential. It has probably the best fighting mechanics I've ever seen in a fighting game. It has the bones of an incredible game, and it's just hurts me inside seeing what a couple of bad decisions by management can do to destroy not just the game, but the entire community. I really hope that some changes are gonna happen in the future. Otherwise, the whole Mortal Kombat franchise is gonna become pretty much obsolete. Like, it's just sad. It's just so sad. Anyway, this game has lots of issues, but it also has a lot of strong points. Unfortunately, every update they're making one step forward and two step backwards, and eventually something is gonna give. People are just gonna stop getting excited about the updates if nothing new gets introduced. Anyway, this has been my rant about the current state of MK Mobile. Is there hope for the future? I believe there is, but huge changes need to be done to the way this game works, this game runs. And yeah, this is my opinion. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? How hopeful are you? How excited are you about the future of MK Mobile? Thank you so much for watching. Huge thanks to all the members and Patreons, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.